Hey everyone, this is a video of the Model 10, Remington Model 10. I'm going to make a short intro video of this gun and just show you some pictures of it. I'm going to completely disassemble it, or actually I have disassembled it, cleaned it. I didn't actually clean the bolt assembly. I just took apart the other parts of it and cleaned it. And I think I'm just going to try to shoot it and maybe take apart some of the inner workings at a later time. This gun was purchased along with another one, a W.C. Richards side-by-side, and both of them together were $80 Canadian plus shipping and auction fees and taxes and things like that. So that's kind of the price that people are paying, is about $100 or so for Model 10, Remington Model 10s in Canada on auction sites for this condition. The barrel, or the bore, is great shape, shiny, no pitting, no marks. The main issues I'll get to later on, well, the one you can see right now is the stock is broken. But I've already ordered another one, another Remington Model 10, with a stock that is in better shape. It still has some cracks, but I'm going to fix the cracks and then we'll proceed from there. So my intention with this gun is, first of all, I take it apart, just see if I can take it apart, which I did. I didn't take it all the way down, strip it all the way down, actually the bolt assembly. I probably will do that later on. And I haven't quite function tested it yet because I'm waiting for the stock. But everything else I put back together. I was thinking about re-bluing it, but maybe for another time. I think I might do that. I don't have the equipment, and trying to buy bluing solution in Canada is a challenge. I've looked at different places. I've downloaded an ebook in regards to the bluing, or actually called browning, I guess they call it. So I have some information on how to make my own solutions, but I don't really want to do that, and I don't really want to buy containers of acid and whatnot. So I'm just going to have to look and see if I can find a company in Canada. Brownells has it again, well, it's Midway, but they won't ship to Canada. If I get a post box in the closest US city, I can just drive across and get it. But again, I don't really go to the States often, so that's kind of something to think about later on. Anyway, I just want to take it to the range and try it out and shoot it in the condition that it's in. Okay, so in this picture, just taking some pictures, well, of the gun itself. It's a full choke. You can see the markings here and some of the condition that it's in. It's not a terrible condition. You can see some rust there. I actually cleaned this a bit and try to get the rust off and some other gunk. So yeah, just taking some pictures. And for this particular gun, I've looked at other versions of the Model 10, and some people are calling this gun the pre-Model 10. I don't really know if that's accurate, but it seems that most of the Model 10s that I've looked at are a little different than the one I have. In the next few pictures, I'll show you a particular photo that I've taken that shows a little bit of a difference. And yeah, this one is I guess before some of those other ones that came out. So I'll get to that one and show you the next picture here. Okay, so these are just some other pictures I've taken of the condition of the gun. I took these pictures because when I disassemble, I like to kind of figure out how to put it back together. So yeah, not much going on in this picture. Again, this is just some static pictures. You can see some details here. And the next one will show you the serial number and takedown indicator, I guess, or where one needs to align the two pieces after you take it down or put it back together. So yeah, this is a picture of the serial number, and at first I wasn't sure if this was a takedown model because, as I mentioned before, it didn't quite look the same as the other Model 10s that I saw online. And so what gave it away, obviously, is that little mark there on the two pieces that would indicate on the receiver and the other piece that it needs to line up in that fashion. So I did end up taking it apart, which was fine. It wasn't that difficult. Those of you that have a Model 10 or know people that have Model 10s, do you know anything about this particular model? It seems a little different, and maybe just maybe it was just something that came out before the more common version. Also, the serial number looks pretty old as well. I haven't had a chance to look up and see what year, so if anyone knows what range this would be, that would be great to see. I'm assuming it's about a 100-year-old gun, so that's pretty cool in itself. And yeah, I guess the next picture we'll take a look at some other details. Okay, so this picture is, yeah, you can just see the quality of the gun. You can see some rust. The bluing is brown, and I don't know what that button piece is called, right above the screw. I have a book from it's like the NRA Guide to Firearms Assembly, which is a pretty good book. It has an exploded view of this particular gun. But the particular piece that I'm looking at doesn't have a number, so I don't really know what this is. I guess I can do the process of elimination and figure this out, but anyway, on a lot of the other Model 10s I've seen, this button is different looking. I think it's got an indentation, or it's something that I don't know. It's a hollow pin or some sort, or it just looks it looks different. It's not solid. So if anyone knows what that piece is actually called, please leave it below in the comment, and I can update the schematics here that I'm looking at. And again, yeah, you can see what the quality of the gun itself. I think eventually I will, if I can find some bluing solution, I will blue it. But as for right now, I'm just going to keep it the way it is. Okay, so you can see the condition of the stock. I guess these guns, pretty common to see stocks that are broken. Maybe it's the force, the recoil coming back into the stock. I don't know what the issue is. Maybe just an old gun, I don't know. So I have to figure out what I'm going to do with that, and the decision I think has been already made. I purchased another Remington Model 10 on an auction site, so I'm going to fix up that stock from that gun. It has a couple of cracks, which should be okay to fix, and then I'm going to go ahead and exchange the stocks, and hopefully they'll fit. And I think that was the last piece, and then I can try it out. Excuse me, I can try it out at the range. I'll keep the stock anyway. Just maybe I can fix it someday. I don't know, but right now I think the replacement would be okay. I think Numrich Gun Parts has the stock, I believe it was $54 US. So after conversion and shipping, it didn't really make much sense to buy the stock when I can buy a brand new gun for around $100. And then I get all the parts that hopefully I might need, springs and screws and things like that. And speaking of screws, in the next picture, I have a little bit of a problem that I don't think I need to deal with right away, but it could pose a problem down the road. We'll see. And I have a couple of ways of remedying that issue. So I'd just like to thank the people who messed up this screw. It doesn't look like it's coming out. I did try it a bit, and I just know I'm going to mess it up even more. Improper use of the right size screwdriver head, and who else knows what else. It looks like it's almost peened in there as well, but I guess that's the sear screw, I'm assuming. But correct me if I'm wrong. I think I'm looking at, yeah, I think it's a sear spring screw. So I guess I can drill and tap it and then somehow try to manage taking it out on my own. Or I might just go to a gunsmith. The problem here is that gunsmiths are quite uncommon, probably as uncommon as some of these old firearms. And so there's one that's close to our range, but I stopped by. There was no office hours. Sign said out to lunch. So I don't really know how to get in touch with this person aside from just kind of camping out and hoping the person shows up to the office. But I think for now it's not going anywhere. I didn't try to take apart the bolt assembly, so I don't know if this is important to take apart to get into the inner workings. Maybe it isn't, I don't know. But I guess once I take it to the range and try it out, if everything works, then I'm not going to worry about it until it becomes a problem. It seems like spring looks like it's okay. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be sticking out more or less. Again, I'll find out. And the screw, we all know that's not going anywhere, so I guess I'll just live with it. But yeah, it's kind of something you don't see when you buy something at auction, or maybe people might not check to see something like that if they're buying a gun. Who knows how much you can take apart and look at it, but I mean, you can just turn it over and look inside. This wasn't buried anywhere. But again, auction, they wouldn't have shown this piece. They had some other pictures, but they didn't go into detail. So that's the game I guess we play with buying things from auctions. So the pictures I've looked at, it didn't appear that there was sling attachments to those particular shotguns. So this might be an indicator of the age, the type I have, I don't know, which is kind of cool. I know some of the other ones, like the riot guns and some of the other versions, had slings. So, but the barrel is quite long on this one, so I don't think it's I don't think it's the riot gun version. And yeah, anyway, so if anyone knows more about this because of some of these things that you're looking at, that'd be great if you could share below. And just to comment on the previous picture about the screw that was messed up, yeah, have you experienced anything like this before? How easy or how difficult it is to get a screw out like this? Or should I even try to do it? Maybe just leave it alone. I don't really know. What's your suggestions? Do you guys have any experience on what to do? Leave it alone, or try to get it fixed by a professional, or maybe take the plunge and do it yourself. I don't know. So the forend looks like to be in good shape. There's a little dent, as you can see, on the right side. Otherwise, no cracks. Everything looks good there. So, yeah, bonus. So, yeah, I wanted to show you how I proceeded to take down the shotgun. I don't have a vise. I have a little workshop in our basement, but I prefer to do this up in our main floor because I just kind of hang around with my family while I do this stuff. But so I just set up a clamp, clamped it down to a table, and yeah, I was able to disassemble the gun, which was not that difficult. I don't really think I need a vise at this time anyway, so we'll see how long I can get away with not buying one. I really don't want to buy a bunch of stuff and then find out I don't really need it. So yeah, if you have C-clamp or something that you can just use instead, then why not? So this picture just showing you some of those little, you see those little nicks in the barrel. That bracket piece, it moved. So I guess the screw wasn't tight enough or something. And yeah, I just noticed that there was several little holes. So it looked like when it moved, someone tightened it, and it moved again, someone tightened it. So yeah, I just hammered it back into its original spot. I'm sure that's important to be in a certain location. So that little piece is fixed. Again, there wasn't really anything major I have to do. I'm not a gunsmith, so I have limited abilities. Basically, what I do is just trial and error, and yeah, lots of videos and print material. That's what I do to get by. And so far, it's been good. I've taken apart all my guns I have, as you can see from the videos. This one is a little bit more challenging. The Ivor Johnson Champion I have is probably more of the challenging one I have because it requires a 90-degree screwdriver, and I bought two, and neither of them work. So I don't know. I really don't want to waste any more money on this, so I might just take that to a gunsmith instead. I have actually two, and the trigger spring on one of them broke, and I have no way of getting in there. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, it's really a pain in the butt. I'm not going to be buying any more of those Ivor Johnson guns, or anything that's similar in design, because it's just really annoying to try to get a screwdriver in there to take that, and there's another piece in there as well. So, but that's for another video. So, has anyone seen this stuff before? Scrubbing bubbles. This is one of the best things I've used to clean my guns. I can't say it's the best in the world because I haven't tried everything, but I've seen a lot of people using different things. This does not remove, I'm speaking from experience, and whether you take that experience or not, but it doesn't remove anything it shouldn't remove on metal. So I have a bathtub that needs replacing, and I haven't replaced it yet because I keep buying guns, and I want to muck up my other, like a brand new bathtub. So I don't really care. So I fill my bathtub up with hot water, the scrubbing bubble stuff, and the brush, and it cleans everything. I had three Yugoslavian SKSs packed in cosmoline, and I've cleaned two of them using scrubbing bubbles, and it works really well. Like, you just let it, I can't imagine what my pipes are looking like with cosmoline inside, but the guns are perfectly clean. It doesn't wreck the finish at all. So I wouldn't use it on wood, but for metal parts, this is what I use. And I think there was a guy, Milsurp World, I think his channel is called right now. A guy out of Utah or somewhere around there. I think he recommended this, and he uses it on his guns, and his guns are way more expensive than mine and rarer. So I figured I'd try it out, and yeah, it works really well. So I would endorse this product if you need something to clean your guns of gunk and oil, cosmoline, or whatever the case is.